Welcome back. Main event time now here at the National Sports Centre for Wales in Sapphire Gardens, Cardiff. I'm David Brenner. Alongside me, the former undefeated featherweight champion of Europe, Jimmy McDonnell. And Jimmy, of course, also a former Commonwealth Games silver medalist. We once again welcome everybody watching this contest on TSM, the sports network, right across Canada. Here comes your boy. Looking good.
Many people giving away the confidence, and Pep would already win the title. He really looks like he's on his holiday. I'm sure Paul Harvey's looking to put a stop to that feeling.
Well, this is a mandatory defence, because believe me, Tony Pep is not the sort of guy you want to meet voluntarily.
He's got tiger skin boots and shorts on, and I wonder if that's relevant to the fact that he got stopped by Tony the Tiger Lopez in 3 rounds.
Tony Lopez, the only man ever to stop Tony Pep. He's lost 4. He just won by stoppage. Here's the champion from Ilford, east of London, Paul Harvey. Good record, undefeated. Very eye-catching gold cape, sported by Harvey.
And ladies and gentlemen, while we are waiting for the boxers to glove up, we have a presentation to make, and it is a very special presentation.
Now, while the boys are gloving up, a presentation is going to be made by Ray Clark, who's chairman of the Commonwealth Boxing Commission.
On no less than 4 occasions.
The presentation is going to go to Ray Rudder, who's the manager of Donovan Boucher, who's been named as Commonwealth Boxer of the Year.
To have the presentation made by Ray Clark, the chairman of the Commercial Council, and ladies and gentlemen,
Don Boucher, of course, was named as the Pro Box Overseas Fighter of the Year
Ray Rudder, thank you.
in our Pro Box Awards last summer.
A great champion.
Ah, that's a nice little surprise. Don't think he was expecting that. Ah, well done, Ray. Well done, Razor. But I wonder if he'll be taking out that Commonwealth Championship trophy at the end of tonight. The thing that worries me about Paul Harvey against a boy like Tony Pep, Jimmy, that Tony Pep is ranked in the Commonwealth as number 5 at lightweight, and we know Paul Harvey can do featherweight without undue problems.
There's no doubt about it. Paul Harvey is a natural featherweight. He's one of them guys who walks around just above the featherweight limit. And tonight, looking at Pep's looks like he probably pulls very, very hard to make junior light. And just be interesting to know now if both boys got on the scales what they'd weigh now. I'm sure Harvey would still be around the featherweight division limit, and I'm sure this other guy could probably be a light welterweight by now, because now when you make him weight, you've got to realise it's like a sponge. As you work down and dry out, and then it goes back into the water, the weight goes back on. And Pep certainly looks a very big junior lightweight.
Both boys being gloved up at the moment. That's the cause for the slight delay.
One good thing, Dave, for tonight with Paul Harvey is the fact that he did get the 12 rounds under his belt, because, you know, prior to winning the Commonwealth title, he was basically a 6-round fighter. He jumped the 8s and the 10s and gone straight to the 12s. And unless you've done it in your mind, you don't know you can. So the defence that he had against Sugar Gibaru will stand him in good stead right now, as he's going there with all thoughts going through his mind.
And there were 12 good rounds with Sugar Gibaru as well. But Tony Pep, with all due respect to Hughie Ford, he really took him apart. And if you're listening, Hughie, I'm sorry I have to say that, but Pep, no disgrace, of course, because Pep is a true world-class performer.
He's certainly neatly attired in his tiger skin outfit tonight, with the tassels hanging from the boots like Hector Camacho would wear. And very, very confident. He's going to have to go out there tonight and try and take this title off Harvey, because both fighters prefer to fight off the back foot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gardner
Harvey's also a good puncher.
Well, he's had 3 fights since Hughie Ford. That's Tony Pep, and he's won the lot, all of them inside the distance too.
And Sunday Sport newspapers.
And he looks to have filled out a bit. I know he's crazy saying somebody who's 6'1.5" has filled out, but he looks a little bit more solid, more muscular than when we saw him last year.
He certainly does. Looks solid, absolutely solid at the weight. Harvey, it's very relaxed, nice and cool, just dancing about, waiting for all the introductions to be over so he can get on with the job in hand of defending his Commonwealth title.
Well, that's right, and let's not forget that even though Pep is 6'1", Harvey is unusually tall for a super feather. He's 5'9".
And defending his title, Paul Harvey.
And let's not forget, this is not a chosen defence from Paul Harvey. This is a mandatory challenger he faces in Tony Pep. So it was give your title up or defend your title, and Paul's very proud of being Commonwealth champion. And this could open all sorts of doors for him if he can pull this one off tonight in defence of his championship. You can just see the size of Tony Pep there for a junior lightweight. He really is a big fella.
Well, the super feather limit, 130 pounds. Tony Pep came in half a pound inside the limit. This is 12 rounds boxing for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship. Referee is Paul Thomas. Round 1, Harvey in gold, Pep in the leopard skin, the tiger prints.
And what's going to be interesting here is the tactics of both guys. I know both boys prefer to box. From Pep's point of view, he's got to go and look to take the title from Paul Harvey. And Paul's as good a boxer as they come, and be sensible for him to get involved in a boxing match with Pep.
Well, it's always handy when you're fighting a bloke who is as tall as Pep, is to exaggerate the height difference, to crouch down, make him punch down at you.
Make yourself smaller, that's right.
That's right.
A good technique. But you know, we see Pep when he fought Hughie Ford, he's very laid-back character, very relaxed, and he'll try and sucker Harvey onto shots. He'll try and move fluently and relax and lead with the right hand, as you see there, and all sorts of shots. And Paul's going to have to try and work him out as he goes along. This is certainly a big step up in class from anything Harvey's ever faced before.
Oh, this is a giant step up in class. I mean, Pep, let's make no bones about it, Pep is a fairly warm favourite to win this, but if Harvey should pull one over on him, then he would catapult up the world rankings.
If Harvey can pull this off, this is sky's the limit, because, you know, Pep, let's not get away from it. He's a world-class operator. I know he's moved around with good fighters, and he sparred with Barry McGuigan on numerous occasions, and he thinks like a world-class fighter. He's actually lost in 3 rounds to former world champion Tony Lopez, so his pedigree is good.
Well, that's no disgrace, losing to Tony the Tiger.
You can see Paul Harvey's just having a little look, which is smart. He's not going crazy. He's the defending champion. He's trying to not be outside or outsmarted by this very, let's use the word, cocky challenger.
And of the two, I would suggest that Harvey perhaps has the stronger punch.
Yeah, Paul's certainly a good puncher, particularly with the right hand, which could be a good counter against this rather upright Tony Pep. He does tend to throw shots and admire his work, as you see there. Good counter from Paul Harvey.
About 20 seconds remaining of this opening session, and it's been a good opening round for Tony Pep, the challenger.
Yeah, he's got off smart, and he's got on with 1 or 2 good scoring shots. From Paul's point of view, he's basically concentrating and just having a good look at this flashy, flamboyant challenger.
Well, I'd give that round to the challenger, Jim.
Yeah, I think Pep's work rate probably just shaded the round. He got home with 1 or 2 scoring shots. Not a great deal in it, but like you say, I'll agree with the statement.
Now, just a quick word about the scoring for those of you watching this on TSN in Canada. No ringside judges. Only man doing the scoring is the referee, Paul Thomas. We have 10 points to the winner of the round, 9.5 to the loser, or should there be a knockdown, then the loser of the round gets 9 points. So just one man scoring, a 10-point must system, And very importantly, there is no mandatory 8 count. And that often confuses overseas boxers when they come to box in Great Britain. They get up very quickly and they get astonished when they get told to box on. So have that in the back of your mind as we gear up now for the start of round 2.
I'm sure, you know, Paul Harvey knows what he's up against tonight. He knows the task in hand, and now he's got the first 3 minutes out of his system. Let's hope he can relax and unwind and box like a champion, because he's certainly going to need to retain his title tonight. It'll be interesting to see how Pep reacts when Harvey lands with one of his bombs.
Just a slip. Paul Thomas in very quickly. That's nice.
Nice sportsmanship touch there from Tony Pep. I like the way Harvey is showing this very good challenger some good respect, because he deserves it, Pep. Paul's being smart, he's staying compact, looks very relaxed, and I'm sure we'll see Paul unwind as the fight unfolds.
Well, at the moment, he's letting Pep rather dictate matters. He looks just a little bit apprehensive, Harvey.
Absolutely. He needs something just to give him a little bit of confidence. Maybe a good bolting right hand, which shakes up Pep a little bit. And from that point of view, obviously, Pep's showing Paul a little bit more respect, which at this moment in time he certainly isn't.
Just a little bit of discoloration already under Harvey's left eye. Canadian unmarked.
That's smart stuff from Harvey, because they're good quality shots that Pep's landing there. He's switching them to the body, and Paul doing the right thing by saying tucked up and on the roll.
And because Pep has got such almost freakishly long arms, he can generate enormous leverage with those punches.
Now Harvey's going to have to do something to take this guy out of his rhythm, because he's settling down there and finding a pattern and starting to unroll with good class shots.
Last 30. And once again, a good round for the challenger. And Harvey, you can almost watch the thought processes at work, trying to figure Pep out.
Obviously a lot of tension.
Well, we'll take a break. Join us for the start of round 3 back here in Cardiff in just a couple of moments. Welcome back. David Brenner, Jimmy McDonald with you in Cardiff, and we're watching a good start to the title challenge from the Canadian, coming out of the red corner in the leopard skin trunks, Tony Pep.
Just like to see Paul try and stamp a little bit of authority on the fight now, without going crazy. He certainly needs to gain a little bit of respect out of Pep. Pep's full of confidence and really feels like the man in control. I'd just like to see Paul remind him it takes 2 to tango. He's talking to Harvey now, calling him on, and Paul, nice and cool, just walks away and says, "Come on, son, I've got the title, you come take my title."
Oh, better from Harvey. That's better from Harvey.
That'll give him a little bit of confidence.
That'll settle him down. And Pep just got a little bit too cocky then.
Absolutely. Good fast combination from Paul Harvey there. That's what we need more of. It's not being outpsyched by the arrogance of the challenger. And he's got a long reach as it is, Pep, but he reaches with them jabs. He really reaches in and puts another 3 or 4 inches on the reach he's already got.
Which is considerable.
I'm impressed with the way Harvey's staying cool, not being drawn into a slugging match, which Pep would obviously relish. I'm sure Paul, as the rounds unfold, will start to relax. This could turn into some form of battle.
Almost jockeying for position at the moment. Harvey going in, Pep smothering him fairly easily.
Just the fact that he's got such a reach advantage over his opponent, Pep, and he knows how to use it, makes him a very, very awkward customer to fight. Long reach, that fast jab.
Well, it's a bit like chess with boxing gloves at the moment. Both these boys manoeuvring for position, working for openings.
You've heard the saying used before, but this is certainly one of the fights I've seen it expressed more so than others. This is chess with muscles, trying to outthink and outsmart one another with all sorts of different moves.
You're looking at my scorecard, Jim.
Yeah, I'm just seeing how you're tipping them because
3 rounds Harvey so far.
Paul's got to start.
3 rounds Pep, I should say.
Correct. Paul's got to start changing things around now, and he showed just a small glimpse in that round that he's capable of doing it. If he starts putting the shots together, drops a little bit of respect for Pep, and starts administering his authority on the fight, because at the moment Pep's starting to grow in confidence. Not that he didn't have it when he climbed through the ropes, and Paul needs now to do something to take it away from him. Just have a clip of the action here. You see there's a little combination from Harvey, just showing he's got the power and the speed to get through when needed.
Fourth round. And Harvey somehow has got to step the pace up. Start putting pressure on Pep. Get him out of this smooth style he's in at the moment.
Pep's a well-schooled fighter. Upright, good fast jab, good movement. And he's going to look to land big shots on Paul Harvey.
Those punches from such bewildering angles, Pep. Don't expect them.
He's got a good variety of shots, leads with a right hand.
The guy is definitely a class act.
He's making life very difficult for Harvey to find any way to really deal with him. Paul's trying to not be suckered in, trying to be patient, but he's getting picked off at distance, and Pep's getting the rounds in the bag.
Oh, Pep would be happy to go the full 12 like this. Hardly broken sweat yet, the challenger. But let's not forget, Harvey, unbeaten as a professional.
And he does carry knockout power.
As Hughie Ford found out.
It's a long fight, and I just hope that Paul doesn't become disillusioned.
Well, it's
trying to pin this man down.
It's very easy to become disillusioned, isn't it, Jimmy, when you can't lay a glove on the other fella?
Yeah, this guy's very, very classy. He's obviously in tremendous shape just by his pure physical presence. He's obviously got to work hard to do the junior lightweight limit, and obviously gets himself in great shape doing it.
Got this habit, Pep, that could be dangerous. In the face of any sort of attack, he's got a habit of almost turning away from you, turning his back to you.
Yeah, he's so laid back, it's incredible. You know, this is a Commonwealth title fight. He's away from home, he's challenging. And you'd think he was the champion boxing in his own front room. He's really trying to set Harvey up now.
Swing from Harvey, it didn't miss by much, but all the same, it still missed. That didn't. A little grin from Pep, and that means it hurt.
So he'll know about it, puts him on the chin.
This is a better round, this for Harvey. He's going to start roughing Pep up a little bit.
It's better tactics. I think he's got to now switch off and sort of adopt different tactics, which is to get low like we were saying and look to roll in with shots and land shots in 2s and 3s and start breaking up the pattern of the very confident Tony Pep.
It's one of these fights, Jim, where you've got to see what the ref will let you get away with. In the sense of, oh, sorry about that. Yes, seeing what the ref will let you get away with, and just seeing how far you can push it.
You know, when Paul's let the shots go in combinations is when he's looked at his best and when he's had his success. And I think he needs to take heed from that, and he needs to be advised in the corner now by Graham Mountain that that's the way he's got to win this fight. He's got to start taking calculated risks now and start letting the shots go in combinations, because he's trying to play chess with this man. He's coming off second best.
That's right.
And Pep's putting the rounds in the bag. So let's hope Paul took something from that and starts going to work.
Sorry about those black squares flying about incidentally. I think our replay machine's gone on the blink.
Well, I just wonder if Pep's going to try and sting Harvey early and try and gain the upper hand yet again.
Harvey surely now knows the way to, if not beat, at least ruffle Pep, which he showed at the end of the last round. You've got to bustle him, you've got to pressure him.
You said it.
Because forward at this pace, Pep will just go on all night long and he'll jab your head off.
I can picture now what Baron McGuigan used to employ him as a sparring partner, because he's certainly a good operator.
Absolutely. Another good round for Pep.
Yeah, he's just got on his bike and dictating behind the left hand.
And this is watching a real world-class fighter. Watch the way he uses the ring. Goes left, goes right, in, out. Good fighter. And when Harvey comes in, those long, spindly arms come out. Time up.
What could become a problem for Pep is if Paul starts to get desperate and really throw haymakers, because there'll certainly be like atom bombs waiting to go off if he lands.
Oh, that's right.
He does possess great power, and as he becomes frustrated, which I'm sure he will do shortly, that's what I think he'll end up doing.
I'd like to see him start doing that now.
Could be a good ploy, maybe the only ploy. This man is very well schooled and showing his experience.
Because Harvey is very strong, he's very fit. And at the moment, he's trying to avoid getting caught, but it is just not working. Another round for Tony Pep. We will take another break. join us for more live action in Cardiff in just a moment or two's time. Welcome back. See Graham Moulton with his back to us in the blue corner, working with the Commonwealth champion, Paul Harvey. Now this man at the moment, Tony Pep, firmly in control.
I like to see Paul now try and obviously up the pace and look to land shots on a more regular basis. You know, he wants to try to sink in a few good solid body shots against Pep. You know, Pep's very tall and long for the weight, and then body shots downstairs could pay dividends for Harvey. He really needs to start sinking that right hand in downstairs, trying to come over the left hook over the top. And a tall upright guy, and at the moment he's dominating the course of the fight, Tony Pep. He's got such a good variety of shots. Now, easy to say on the outside looking in. I know what Paul's very cautious of running onto the right hand counter, which he cocks and looks to land at all times.
Well, it's such a frustrating opponent, this, for Harvey. And as yet, he's shown no signs really of being able to come to terms with it. And as he did against Hughie Ford, Pep opening up a little bit now in this round 6. And I guess maybe from Harvey's viewpoint, if Pep does open up a little bit, may give him the opportunity to unload some of the bombs of his own.
You know, it's got to the stage of the fight where Pep is in control, and he's looking to close the gap and land the bombs that could bring an end to the fight. You know, from Paul's point of view, Paul's still boxing smart, not getting nailed with anything crazy, but if he wants to retain his title, he's going to have to do something different, and I think he's going to have to take calculated risk, go forward and start unloading with bombs of his own and try and turn this fight round.
Oh, it's good right hand from Pep. And Harvey weathered that storm. This is the challenger's best round yet. And it is looking very much, with Pep totally in control now, that this title is destined to go back across the other side of the Atlantic, Jimmy.
Yeah, you could be correct. The only thing I keep trying to remind myself and everybody else is the fact that Harvey can bang. And somewhere along the line, Paul's going to have to take a risk and go for broke. And it'd be interesting to see how Pep reacts when he does get nailed. But you know, you just see him going through his variety of punches. He really has got an awesome arsenal.
Well, yes, we know, of course, that Harvey can bang, but we're not going to see the effect of the shots if he doesn't throw any.
Absolutely. There's just a little bit of, I won't call it inexperience, but that is probably the right word to use with these two particular fighters, even though you've got Harvey, the defending champion, against a very experienced challenger from Canada in Tony Pep. A man who's mixed in good class all throughout his career, and that class is shown tonight. Now, something else I stated earlier, which was a major factor on my mind coming into this fight.
Good left from Harvey.
It's the fact that at the end of the day, Paul Harvey is only a featherweight. He took his chance, won the Commonwealth title. This is a solid junior lightweight he's in with tonight.
Well, Harvey did land one good left right at the start of the round. Made Pep blink, but no discernible other effect. And Harvey's starting to look very puffy round the eyes now, particularly the left eye.
Pep's jabs, possibly one of the best jabs I've ever set my eyes on, because he really leans in with it and puts another 2 inches or 3 inches on his already impressive reach. And he stabs it home with authority. He's thinking about winning inside the distance now, Pep. He's really looking to hunt Harvey down.
Yeah, you can see that. As the old saying goes, it ain't over till it's over, and you've got to give Harvey a puncher's chance. But as I said a moment or so ago, if he doesn't land any, he's not going to inconvenience Pep at all. And Pep is such an adept defensive boxer.
Yeah, he's a smart cookie. His concentration's absolutely 100%, and he won't be looking to switch off, particularly with a puncher like Paul Harvey. He knows he can't afford to.
Well, last year, Tony Pep's compatriot Donovan Boucher won our Pro Box Overseas Fighter of the Year award, and we had our award ceremony in London in the summer back in July, and Don flew over specially from Canada to pick up the award, and I've got a feeling that Tony Pep will be figuring in the voting this time.
He's taunting Paul Harvey, showing him the right hand, and saying, you know, later on, pal, you could get some of this. But Paul, to his credit, he's not bit the bait, still staying very cool, but his title sliding away from him. It's only the fact that Paul Harvey has got the reputation as a good puncher that you still give him a chance of actually retaining his title if he is to retain it, because at the moment Pep's really in control.
I'll tell you one thing we found out about Paul Harvey tonight, Jim, is he can take a good shot, because Pep's got 1 or 2 in. Yeah,
he can take a good shot, and his art's big as well, and that's why I'm wondering, somewhere along the line we're going to see a drum roll charge from Paul, and he's really going to have to try and do some form of onslaught to turn the tide.
Well, he's starting to run out of time. You can see from the ring card, round 8 coming up, just 5 left.
I'm sure that'll seem a long way to Paul Harvey right now, because he's obviously very, very frustrated, knowing how to deal with Tony Pep.
Well, I have to say I've given Pep every single round. I've given Harvey a share of one of them, but I wish I could give him more, but I can't. Good viewing for those of you watching this on TSN all over Canada. Not such good news for the hometown fans here in Great Britain. Round 8.
You know, Paul's a very cultured boxer. I'd like to see him start taking chances now and bowling that right hand in.
Well, let's put it this way, he's got nothing to lose, because if he doesn't, he is going to lose. So let's go down with all guns firing.
Yeah, you know, Paul really needs to try and swing it round now and become a little bit unorthodox, and try and, as I stated earlier, forget about trying to be the poised boxer. Still stay smart, but try and become a little bit unorthodox and swing that right hand in like a bowl and try and hit this player on the chin and see how he reacts, because Paul hasn't really landed flush just yet.
No.
And he's running out of time.
Little attack from Harvey. Now he's got to follow it up. One little flurry is not enough.
And this Tony Pep's an intimidating character. He's got every punch in the book. Very, very relaxed, casual, arrogant, you name it, he is it. He'd love to pull out one of his Sunday punches now. I see Pep laying at his feet.
He needs to, Jimmy, he needs to. This 8th round, really following the pattern of the previous completed 7.
Just wondering how poor Harvey's feeling now. He's like he's sucking up a little bit. He's been under pressure.
Depressed, very depressed.
And that as well.
Well, we had a shutout in the previous fight on this bill for the Welsh middleweight title. Hate to prejudge, but it could be heading that way again.
I hate to speak too early, but if poor Harvey is to lose this contest, or a points decision or whatever, and doesn't come to no harm, the experience of it will make him a much better fighter for his future, I'm sure, as a featherweight.
I really do think his future is at featherweight rather than super featherweight.
I'm sure he'll realise that, Paul. You know, he'll sit down, he's a smart kid, and realise that at top level he's got to box as a featherweight, because I'm sure he'll give any featherweight around one hell of a battle. But tonight he's been outreached by a world-class fighter, and he's finding it very, very difficult to adapt. And it's okay when you fight at a certain level, but as you go up the grade into the 1st division, this is what you're up against. You just look at the way he works that jab, he doubles it up, and it's hard work for poor Harvey. 4 rounds to go now. That's better from Harvey. Trying to crunch in with the shots.
That's more like it. Jason King in the Harvey corner, waving him forward.
He's got to come forward now.
Yes, and
can't outbox this kid at a distance.
Little flurries aren't enough. It's just pressure, pressure, pressure.
The guy's got too much of a physical presence, too much of a dominating jab to try and outbox him at long range any longer. Paul really needs to step on the accelerator now and start unloading with power shots. This has been Harvey's best round so far, though.
It has. He's taking this round.
He's dictating it. He's boxing. And this is what he really needs to do now, to stay in there. If you stay strong, just keep hunting and bang them body shots in. Try and bring that guard down a little bit and sink them head shots in, give him the opportunity. When Pep's under pressure, he does certainly look a different type of fighter. Once or twice he, I won't say he turned his back, but he certainly shied away from a few of the shots that Harvey unloaded.
That's more like it.
This has been Harvey's round.
So strong. That was a good shot.
Certainly was.
Shook his head to clear it, did Tony Pep. Well now, a glimmer. No more, but a glimmer of hope for Harvey.
I'm sure he's gained a lot of confidence from this particular round. It's just a shame he never started a little bit earlier, because this is more the tactics that was needed. Good round from Paul Harvey.
And overdue. But
Absolutely.
I hope, from a home viewpoint, that it will encourage him to better things. First round, I've given to Paul Harvey. Round 9. Well, Q, let's not forget that the previous 8 went to the man from Vancouver, Tony Pep.
Just have a pick of the action here. You see Paul getting home with a cracking left hook. And he bounced in there with that, come out of the roll and landed bang on the target area. There it is again. But also, let's not forget that Tony Pep has shown that he can take a good shot as well.
Yeah, it's just one man has stopped him. The formidable Tony the Tiger Lopez, former IBF champion at this weight.
I think Lopez stopped him. And Pep nicked his shorts.
Round 10.
That's more like it from Paul Harvey. Straight into his groove. He knows now the title's clinging. Absolutely hanging by a thread. He's got to stop Pep.
Well, he's got 10 minutes between being a champion and an ex-champion. And he's hurt Pep. He's wobbled him a little bit in this round.
I think he'll continue to hurt him if he unloads like that. He's got to take a calculated risk now. He's got to make his mind up if he wants to retain his title or lose on points. He's certainly got to go for it.
And all of a sudden, it's Harvey scoring with a jab.
Dangerous reply from Pep. Just a reminder that you are in the world-class fighter, Mr. Harvey. But Paul showing the grit of a champion now.
This is another beautiful round for the champion.
When he takes the initiative, he seems to dominate Pep a little bit. It's when he switches off and tries to have a boxing match that he comes off second best. I'm sure he's taken heart though, Harvey, from the last round, and he's carrying on where he left off. Mark under the eye now, the left eye of Tony Pep. So Harvey's obviously had some success.
Yeah, it's just a little graze, nothing more. Harvey also marked under the left eye. A lot of the bounce has gone out of Pep last round and a half. And he's getting caught with shots that he would have dodged earlier in the contest. Good attack to the body.
Good try from Paul Harvey there. Tried to do a disguised left hook. Went one way and come back with the left hook. Good tactics from Pep there, sinking in the body shots. I think he's hurt Harvey. Good solid left hook down low. Yeah, the body shots definitely took it out of Harvey. And Pep knows it.
Paul Thomas warning Pep for ducking too low. Yeah, those body shots, fearful. Good right. Good round this.
As they go back after 10 rounds, I know Paul Harvey looks absolutely shattered. And not surprising, he's put in 2 good rounds on the spin after being under pressure for the first 8. And I can see him just saying there, Graham, amount of the word I won't use on the box, but you can guess what I mean. And that's probably how he feels as well. But that was another good round, but I'm sure Pep also knows that he did hurt Harvey there on the ropes, caught him the left hook out the belly, which he doubled up. And Harvey was grimacing from them body shots. Let's have a pick up here on the monitor. There you see them left hook round the side of the kidneys, up the solar plexus. They're the shots that have made Harvey wince even at the end of the round as he went back to his corner.
And you know, Jim, there's a world of difference between going 10 rounds with Sugar Gabilaroo when you're winning and 10 rounds against Tony Pep who's beating you.
Absolutely, you know, and 2 rounds to go, it's championship time. Paul Harvey is no fool, he knows he's behind, he knows the only way he can retain his title now is by stoppage. And I'm sure he'll give it his best shot for the remaining 6 minutes. But Pep also now knows that if he sinks them body shots in, he can have success as well. He's trying to dominate with a jab again, Pep. Set Harvey up with his vast arsenal of punches. Good try with a right hand from Paul Harvey.
Oh, he rocked him with the right. He caught him with the right. But look at Pep, he's so strong. And Harvey goes down. Body shots. Harvey looking distressed.
I think he's going to attempt to keep his shots up.
Well, it looks okay to me.
Yeah, they were solid shots. If I was Paul, I'd play on it, but they were low blows and take a breather while I can. You watch, Pep go straight back to the body. He knows now where he can have his success.
Yes.
And from Paul's point of view, I just like to see Paul stay tucked up and unload shots of his own, because sometimes the best form of defence is attack, and that could be the answer for Paul Harvey right now.
Oh, those body shots are hurting.
Looking good now, Pep.
He's looked good all round. It's been a gutsy performance by Harvey. Well, it hasn't been quite enough yet.
It wasn't far off with that right hand, Dave. It was desperate, but it was a dangerous shot.
Oh, those body shots. Harvey in trouble. Fighting back.
Absolutely. Still coming back with shots of his own, showing the champion's pride.
Cutting him in half with these body shots.
He didn't realise it until the round previous that he could actually hurt Paul Harvey to the body. Full credit to Paul for his pure grip. He's determined to hang in there. Harvey's in trouble now.
The unbeaten record is coming to an end. His tenure of the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship, that's coming to an end. But there is no disgrace in losing to Tony Pep, who is world class, and on this showing looks it.
Paul's in big trouble now because the body shots and the fact that it's now the 11th round. It's been a real grueling battle.
Harvey desperately tired.
The bell can't come soon enough, I'm sure. Back he comes with the grit of a champion. But he'll be glad to hear that bell, Paul Harvey. And he won't be relishing the last 3 minutes either. It was a tough, tough round.
Well, I guess from Harvey's viewpoint, he'll go back to the hotel and he'll be bitterly depressed and disappointed. But the name of the game, Jimmy, is to learn from this, to look at the videos of the fight, see what he did wrong, what he did right, why he did them, and also to learn something from Tony Pep.
There's them body shots that got pulled up for low blows. And looking at it on the monitor, it certainly did look low in defence of Paul Harvey. But, you know, I just hope Paul now can pull himself together for his last 3 minutes. And if he's going to lose his title, then lose it on his shield and go the distance with Tony Pep. But there's Paul Harvey, as I speak, still trying to retain his title with a left hook.
Remember, all of you watching this on TSN in Canada, only the referee, Paul Thomas, will score this.
But you know, this has been a real, and Paul looks back on it in a few weeks' time, it's been a real learning fight, which you can only gain from, because he's got nothing to be ashamed of at all. He's boxed a craftsman. He's a real good technician. And Paul Harvey's given 12 tough rounds, which he's had to think and try and outsmart Harvey all the way through.
I tell you, it's been a good long while since Pep's had to go the full trip.
Still thinking in body shot zone.
If indeed it does, so there's still 2 minutes left.
I'm sure Pep's desperately tired as well. He's put a lot of work in. You must remember he got off to a flying start. And they're in the 12th round. I'm sure he's bringing the pace as well.
Well, it's the first time in 4 years that Pep will have gone the distance, if it does go. Rashid Lawal beat him on points in 8.
I certainly hope for Paul Harvey's pure professional pride and credit, if he's going to lose his title, that he does lose it by decision. Good left hook from Harvey.
He's got a good chin, you know, this Pep.
He certainly has. He's taken a couple of crackers. Pep's still trying to pull it out.
Harvey so tired.
Hang in there, Paul. That's what he's got to do, because this guy's looking to end it in style.
Well, it's been a courageous performance, but as we've said so many times on Pro Box, courage alone doesn't win titles. The name of the game is to come back a wiser fighter, and I hope for Harvey's sake his future will be at featherweight. Oh, those body shots, really.
Paul still, even though he's taking in solid body shots, and they are solid body shots, they really are painful shots, he's still coming back and trying to score shots of his own.
Well inside the last 30 now. And Pep still full of, dare I say it, pep.
Well put.
And tip of the hat too to Paul Thomas, who's refereed this contest with his customary excellence. Pep knows he's got it. There would have been no way that he could not have got it.
There's no disgrace in that. You know, the quality performance from Tony Pep, from a quality fighter, but from Paul Harvey's point of view, absolutely no disgrace at all, nothing to be ashamed of. He's never boxed a man of that class, and I'm sure he'll gain and come back from it a wiser and better fighter.
Paul Thomas scores the contest, 116.5 to Paul Harvey, 119 to Tony Pep.
116.5 to 119. That's a big margin. That's a 7-round margin. I tell a lie, a 5-round margin. Let's not rub it into Paul Harvey. A 5-round margin, but a big enough margin as it is. Well done, Tony Pep, the new Commonwealth Super Feather Champion. We'll take a break. Join us again in just a couple of moments.